This is the Berman Method podcast featuring Dr. Jake Berman and physician assistant Jenni Berman. We are here to treat problems and not symptoms. Disclaimer, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and not to treat anyone or to give medical advice. If you are interested in any information that we are giving and would like to use this for yourself, we recommend that you contact your primary care physician or reach out to us and ask us questions about yourself specifically. Enjoy.
Here we go, baby. The Berman Method podcast, where we are focused on treating problems and not symptoms. Dr. Jake Berman here with my beautiful bride,
Jenni Berman, physician assistant.
Happy 4th of July. Happy Team America Day.
Yeah. We've always loved 4th of July.
Probably the greatest holiday ever.
Ever?
Ever.
All right.
Even better than Christmas.
Okay.
Because if it wasn't for the 4th of July, we wouldn't be able to celebrate Christmas the way that we do.
This is true.
Right?
We wouldn't have this podcast probably.
We probably wouldn't have this podcast.
Yep.
We'd probably be on lockdown, food rationing, communism, rule.
Yes.
Not that England is communist. I'm just being very dramatic right now.
I was nervous about where this podcast would go today. With it being 4th of July, Independence Day.
Yes, Independence Day, Go Team America Day. I ranted a little bit about this for Memorial Day, but I'm going to do it again. America, greatest country in the world. If you don't like it, get the hell out.
Yeah. See, it was really dangerous of me to leave you alone on the Memorial Day podcast, so I decided that today I couldn't do that.
So you could pull back the reins a little bit on me?
Yeah. Reel it in.
We are recording this in advance because we are not in the podcast room today. Where are we today?
On 4th of July, we are...
On 4th of July, not as we're literally recording this, but on the 4th of July, when this podcast comes out.
We're in Weelacka, Florida.
Up in Weelacka. And that's how you have to pronounce it.
Actually, I think if you're from there, it's actually pronounced Weelacka. But Weelacka, yeah.
But if you're me, we pronounce it Weelacka.
So Weelacka, Florida is just south of Palatka, if anybody has ever heard of that. But it's a little tiny town on the St. Johns River.
One red light town.
Yes.
Palatka is directly east of Gainesville. So Gainesville, head directly east towards the East Coast, and you run into Palatka. The St. Johns River runs along the whole East Coast from essentially Orlando, just south of Orlando, up to Georgia. And it's, fun fact, one of 2 rivers in the world that flows from south to north.
Right. Flows north.
And why does the St. Johns River flow north?
Tell me why.
Because Georgia sucks.
Anyways.
That's my favorite football joke of all time.
Yes.
So every Florida-Georgia rivalry week, I have to say that one at least once. Why does the St. Johns River flow north? Because Georgia sucks.
That's right.
Go Gators.
Go Gators. So anyways, Weelacka, Florida, just south of Palatka on the St. Johns River.
Yep.
One red light town. The closest grocery store to the condo that we have stayed in for many, many years. This week of 4th of July is like 35 minutes away.
Yep.
So it's a small town.
Secluded.
Yes.
Why'd you guys start going there? I mean, this is way before Jake. Why did you guys start going down there?
Well, why don't we talk about what we do down there first? We take a week-long trip, or It varies every year, I guess. Some days, some weeks, years, it's 5 days, some days or years longer. Can't talk this morning.
It just depends on what day the 4th of July actually falls on.
But we've taken a trip 4th of July week. My family and I. So it started out just as my mom, my dad, my sister, and myself would take a trip down the St. Johns River in my parents' boat. So we would leave from their house in Jacksonville, Florida on the boat, take it down the St. Johns River, and go stay in this little podunk town, and would simply just spend the whole entire trip water skiing and hanging out on the boat and going to different places via boat because we didn't have a car. So everywhere we wanted to go had to be on the boat. And we started this, I believe my first trip was when I was 8 years old. So a long time ago. And we started going there because there was no cell phone service or Wi-Fi service. So it was the one time that we could get my dad away from work, because he's a workaholic, still is to this day, but we could get him away from work, away from cell phone service, and just spend the time with just the family and let him to be able to relax, let him to enjoy just hanging out with his 2 girls. Well, 3 girls, because my mom too. Yeah, and that's where we started out this trip.
That's how it started. And then over the years, it gradually grew and grew and grew because the family started growing. The daughters started having boyfriends. Mm-hmm. So the boyfriends started getting invited.
Yeah.
The daughters started having friends. So the friends started getting invited.
Right.
And then it just started getting bigger and bigger to where still... And to be invited on this trip, you really got to make the cut, right?
That's true. Yes.
I'll never forget the first time I was invited. I was like, oh, wow. Because I had heard about this trip for 3 years before I was invited, because through grad school, I went to school with Jenni's sister, PT school with Jenni's sister. So I always knew that every year they took this trip. And there was 2 friends, mutual friends that we had, that went on the trip with Jenni and Nikki and their family. And I was like, wow, that sounds like a fun trip. And then I got invited one year, and I was living in Destin at the time. Jenni and I just started dating. Destin is 5 hours from Gainesville, which means it's 6 hours from Willaca.
Ish, yeah.
And I said, no, I'm not going to make that trip. That's just too far of a drive.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But the whole time I was texting with your sister saying, yeah, I'm definitely coming. How do I get there? What's the best route to take? What do I do when I get to this stop sign?
Right. Because even back then, there was no Wi-Fi service where we stayed. There was cell phone service, but still no Wi-Fi service. So you couldn't take your GPS there. Or, yeah. I mean, I guess that doesn't really go off Wi-Fi, but you couldn't use your GPS to get there.
Yeah, on your phone, you couldn't use it.
Yeah.
So I had to literally print out MapQuest directions.
Yeah.
And I showed up at like midnight.
Mm-hmm. And I was very surprised.
You were very surprised. I was surprise!
I did not know he was coming.
You were actually, for complete transparency, you were cussing me. I can't believe he's not coming on this trip. Blah, 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 blah. And I just happened to walk in right in the middle of one of her rants. And I'm like,
I was like,
here.
This might be the cut. He might be cut off. I can't date him if he's not going to make family a priority. That was the big issue, right? You weren't making family priority. So I was like, he's cut. Not doing it. And then he showed up.
20 seconds later, I walk in the door and she's like, oh my God. Ah!
So then fast forward a couple years, and Jake actually proposed on this trip on July 4th in the middle of the Springs in front of us and 50,000 of our closest friends.
Yeah.
On his boat.
Yeah.
At the time.
That was fun. Right in front of everybody.
Everyone.
It was essentially my way of guaranteeing you say yes. Because when I got the attention of everybody, I was like, there's no way she can say no now.
Did you guys know Jake's an introvert? would never know.
I'm definitely an introvert. That was way out of my comfort zone.
Was it?
No, I guess it wasn't. That was fun.
You love attention.
One of my favorite parts about the moments leading up to that was right when we pull up to the springs, where I'm in my boat and Jenni's parents, they're on their boat, and I get anchored up, and her dad, Jenni's dad, asked for help anchoring his boat, and the water is probably belly button deep, up to chest deep sometimes. So in order for me to help him anchor, I have to jump into the water. And I'm going, and the ring is in my pocket. I'm wearing my board shorts and I got this ring in my pocket. And I'm going, yeah, I'll help you.
And my mom's like, just get in the water. You don't be a baby about it being so cold. Because she thought he was just being a baby about it being cold.
Yeah, the water is 72 degrees.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, I survived.
And the ring did not get lost.
And the ring did not get lost.
So July 4th is a fun time for us. We will be there this year with our friends. And it's always the same group that goes. So we've got a plan, and we all help cook for all the meals so we can make sure we have some good, healthy options.
Potluck style.
Yep.
And some unhealthy options. I specifically request the unhealthy options.
Yes.
I don't go on this trip to be healthy.
We have a good balance.
You have a good balance. I don't. I'm leaning way over on the wrong side.
The girls go walking every morning.
And I do not.
Anyway, it's a fun trip for it to just be the family, the friends, close friends, boating, sun,
water skiing,
enjoying the 4th of July and independence. And
celebrating America.
That's right.
Celebrating the fact that we can do this.
Yes.
Not taking it for granted.
Correct.
Right. And you shouldn't either. You people listening to this podcast right now, you should celebrate America. You better be thankful to be here. And if you don't like it, get out.
That's right. So thank you to all those that serve and families that serve and help this to be something we can continue to celebrate in independence of America.
Yeah, keep fighting for our freedom. We're very, very grateful.
So what else? We have other exciting news today besides 4th of July.
Yes, we do have other exciting news. This is going to be a very, very exciting, big summer. I mean, we've got a whole list of very exciting things that are coming to you this summer. Right out of the gate, let's just get started with, we are opening up another location.
Drum roll. Wasn't that supposed to go
We're
before?
opening up another location. We are opening up a location up in Bonita, and we are partnering with TrueSpec. TrueSpec is the nation's leading custom golf club fitting company in the whole entire country. They're the best at it. They're the leaders at it right now. And we are partnering with them, specifically Berman Golf, to get our foot in the door and get our little aspect of it up and running up there, with the ultimate goal of bringing health and wellness up in there, and maybe PT, probably not, but really focusing on golf performance and health and wellness up in the Bonita location.
Yes.
It's going to be fun.
It's exciting.
Yep. So we're in the process right now of finishing up or refining the paperwork. We already started cleaning things up and getting things decorated. So we plan on having a soft opening towards the end of the summer, with a very, very hard opening coming up in probably January, where it'll be a big deal. We're going to have it catered, drinks, food, fun. Mm-hmm. So we're very, very excited about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
A new location.
Stay tuned for that. There will be way more details coming out. And since we're still on the golf topic, I have a online golf performance program coming out. And it's going to be a 6-module program, all automated, so you can do it at your own pace. And this 6-module program is essentially all of the tactical things that I do with my golfers during the 12-week program. So it's a 12-week, 24-hour, 24-hour-long session program. And I'm essentially taking everything that I do in that program tactically and putting it into 6 modules. So you go through this online golf performance program, and you will have all the tools that you need to start hitting the ball farther, to be able to hit the ball with less back pain, to be able to play more consistently, to play more frequently. And it'll be very fairly priced. So we're trying to get the price down to where it's a no-brainer for all the golfers out there. But more importantly, making sure that there's enough value in it so that you can actually make decent improvements. And then from there, we can decide about, okay, you've got all the pieces of the puzzle. Now do you want to work with letting us help coach you go in the right direction? So the ultimate goal of all of this is to save time, save money from them, for the clients, to ultimately get your golf game better.
Awesome. So how is the online program going to differ from what you can do in person?
Great question. And it really comes down to coaching. So the online program is going to give you all the tools that you need to get the job done. However, when we're doing it live, either virtually or in-house, we're taking it to the next level. So the best analogy I like to use is there's not a single elite athlete in the entire world, no matter what the sport is, that doesn't have a coach. So there's a lot of amateurs out there that are very good in their respective sports that don't have coaches. And you can do that. You can do it on your own. You can work your tail off, and you can get pretty good at whatever sport it is that you want to play just with the handbook, essentially. But those that want to be better, those that want to take it to the next level, or those that don't want to teach themselves and they want to pay somebody else to hold them accountable, that's where we come in. That's the coaching aspect of it.
Right. It just helps to always have somebody to make fine tunes and small corrections and tips while you're going through something to help you reach the goals even a little bit quicker. A lot of times when we're doing specific exercises, whether it's in the fitness world or PT world or the golf world, we don't realize that we're doing something incorrectly or doing something that could have a small little tweak and be that much better. So having that one-on-one coaching can really help with that aspect of it.
It's not that it can really help. It does really help, because our perception is our reality. You know, I think I'm doing a squat perfectly until I have one of my guys look at me and say, well, actually, you need to tweak it just a little bit. I'm like, oh man, now I really feel the muscles working. Right. And it's just a tiny tweak, but it makes all the difference in the world.
Right. I've recognized that since we've been going to D1 training, which is a new gym that we joined and go periodically. We don't go every day, but a couple times a week we'll go. And I've been writing our own workouts for years. I've been writing our own workouts just with my history from gymnastics and in the fitness industry and through college and being an exercise physiology major. You know, I feel good in being able to write workouts and to perform workouts, but it just makes a difference when you go somewhere and you have somebody watching you and pushing you and coming up with different exercises for you to do, but then also making small tweaks throughout the workout to push you a little bit further. So, yeah.
Yes. And we do have one more big announcement.
What's that?
I didn't tell you we were going to talk about this today. What do you think I'm going to talk about?
My book.
Your book? How did you know?
Oh, because it's almost done.
Jenni has a book coming out.
Yeah.
She finished all the content, so we're in the stages of editing it, and we will start putting it all together here this summer. Mm-hmm. So sooner than later, with the ultimate goal of having it available by the end of the summer.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
Very, very exciting. Jenni has worked very hard, way harder than I've ever worked on either of my 2 books. So I have very high confidence that you will be happy. All the listeners will be happy with your book.
Yes, it's a content book, so providing information about all the different topics that we treat regularly within the wellness practice. So giving tips and tricks and information for the different diagnoses that we see day in and day out.
Yes.
And we also have a cookbook that is being launched this summer too.
Oh, that's boring compared to your real book, though.
Yeah. So lots of good things coming. And once we have links for all these different things, excitements coming out. So the online golf performance program, the cookbook, and my real book, we'll be able to post those links on social media and on the podcast channel.
Everywhere.
Show notes.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can contact us or find out more.
Yes. Very exciting. And is this officially the 49th episode?
No, I think this is, maybe it's 49.
49.
Yeah. Yeah. So next week is episode 50.
Episode 50. Who would have thought?
That we would have made it this far.
When did we start this?
Maybe August. Would that make sense? 6 months?
Yeah.
So the other day I was listening to a podcast and it was number like 1892 of a podcast. And I was like, oh my gosh, will we get to that point? Will we get to 1800
They're recording
podcasts?
multiple a week.
I would think so.
They have to be. That's their full-time job, podcasting. Maybe that'll be us one day, full-time podcasters.
I think people would want to listen to us multiple times a week. Maybe.
Well, maybe if we're together, because you never know when we're going to start bantering, or you never know when Jenny's going to yell at me with her eyes.
It's true. Pretty soon we'll need video recording so people can see what we...
That's actually one of the things that we're going to try to do with the Bonita location is design it to where we could podcast in there with video content, or the video aspect of it too.
Cool.
All right. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of stuff. In summary, go Team America. Mm-hmm. If you don't like it, get the hell out. Okay. I seriously mean that. It's the best place in the whole entire world. If you don't believe that, go talk to some immigrants. I mean, talk to them, really. There are people that are risking their lives still to this day. Those of you that think that it's not still happening over in third world countries, it's still happening where people are escaping. They have to escape just for the hope, just for the chance at the American dream, because they're not even given chances in these other countries. So if you don't believe we're in the greatest country in the world, no matter what your political views are, no matter what else is going on in your life, get the hell out. Boom. Then we got a lot of other exciting things coming up. The golf performance program. We've got your book coming up. The cookbook should be ready relatively fast. The new location, all sorts of exciting things. So enjoy the rest of your 4th of July. Hopefully you're burning some hot dogs, getting sunburnt. Enjoy it because you've earned it. Or not because you've earned it, because others have earned it for us.
Right.
Right.
Wear your sunscreen. Okay. Ciao for now. Thank you for subscribing on your social media and podcast platforms to the Berman Method. Dr. Jake Berman with Berman Physical Therapy and Jenni Berman, Physician Assistant with Berman Health and Wellness. You can find more information on our website, www.bermanpt.com for physical therapy, bermanpt.com/wellness for the health and wellness. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and on your podcast platform. So be sure to follow us, like us, subscribe to us. And if you would like any further information, definitely visit our website and reach out to us. You may also find our free reports on the websites as well, where you can download this free information for yourself. Have a great day.